What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here. We are back for days 4 and 5 of this first test match of the Ashes. Currently England lead by just 88 runs on the back of a massive performance from Moeen Ali. We'll be looking to try and nick him out early if we can, which we have gone and done, but Benny McDermott has put it down behind the stumps. You would not believe it. So we are going to have to go, currently still 88 runs behind. Remember, we are without Mitchell Starc in this game due to injury, so he is a huge loss. Really do just need to try and get something going soon. And probably, to be fair, we are looking to draw this game because I think England are in the driver's seat and they are probably going to be the team to win it if it is not a draw. But if we can bowl them out here, get them out for less than 100, grab ourselves a big lead, and I'm kind of hoping that our spinners can get the job done at the back end of the day. So Nathan Lyon's bowled 32 overs, none for 107 at the moment, and these two are just hanging around at the moment. Moeen Ali really maintaining the strike and keeping the strike. How costly will that drop be by Ben McDermott behind the stumps? I mean, England are just going along at a great rate of knots here. It has finally been broken, the partnership, as Cummins has got Jake Ball for 10, I believe, and it is now Jimmy Anderson who is in, and he'll be looking just to try and hang around with Moeen Ali, who has moved into the 180s, would you believe. A guy who I slagged off before this video. England have actually declared, so he's not going to get that 200, and he has had an absolute terrible time in the Ashes to date so far. We are going to need probably to score some quick runs here if we are going to look to try. I think if we have any chance of winning this game, we need to get early runs and we need to have a lead of somewhere around 100, 150 going into day 5, and then just hoping, I'm really hoping that the pitch is going to, oh, please don't be run out. That is not what we needed. Warner gone for 18. Definitely not what was needed, especially right before the break as well. Renshaw, you are going to have to bat your socks off here, kid, to make up for that mistake. But as I was saying, probably if we can get anywhere around, I think, oh my god, that is not going to help. That 100 to 150 lead at stumps today, and then we can possibly look at coming back early on day 5, batting for maybe half an hour to an hour, and then giving ourselves 2 and a bit sessions to bowl out the English. I'm really hoping that this pitch does just break up a little bit more, and we can really, I guess, get Nathan Lyon involved in that second innings. You do have to remember, and this is why I'm probably playing a little bit more conservative than I normally would, is that we are down a fast bowler. Mitchell Starc will not take part in the second innings with the ball. He is listed down here to come in with the bat, so he probably, I would say, would still bat, but it looks as though he cannot bowl. And all of a sudden, I was saying that I would be happy going in with a lead of 100 to 150. We've got to get there at this stage because we are 3 down at the moment, and I think this is probably a good chance for the likes of Hanscom. Hilton Cartwright, who is in at number 6, he possibly may not play the next test match at Adelaide. I think that's actually a day-night test if they do have that in this game. And then Benny McDermott is, I'm hoping that he can score some runs because he's been really solid, apart from that one drop catch of Moeen Ali, which didn't come back to haunt us a whole lot. He has been very good behind the stumps in this series, and in, I guess, just in my save in general, he has been very good. So I'll be hoping that he can go and do a bit of a job for me with the bat, either late today or early tomorrow. And that is not going to help as Uzi has gone for 56 LBW. He played a pretty good knock, to be fair. And Hilton Cartwright, test batting average of 23.67. He is going to have to improve on that if he's going to lock down that number 6 role. And that searing Yorker from Broad is not going to help us. He has made 1. And you'd have to say that that is probably lights out for Cartwright in this test series. I don't even know why I went with him, to be fair. I am glad that I did, because if I went with an out-and-out batsman at number 6, we would have been playing with just Cummins, Hazelwood and Lyon as those bowlers. I think that's why you do need someone in that top 6 who can bowl you some overs. And Benny McDermott, I said I needed you to do a job with the bat, son. You haven't gone and done that. 14 off 13 and then you are gone. Peter Hanscom is hanging in there at the moment. Pat Cummins is batting at number 8. I was going to say Mitchell Starc is now coming in. I'm hoping that he is still going to be able to bat if required. There's still a long time left to go in this game. You'd have to say that England are definitely in control with Australia being 6, now 7 down. And that is Peter Hanscom as well. So that is the set batsman. Mitchell Starc is not going to bat. So that means we do only have 2 wickets left in the bank rather than the 3. And we're going to need a big effort here from both Joshy Hazlewood and Paddy Cummins. They are going to need to bat through, you'd have to say, majority, the rest of this game to try and save this test match for Australia and not have us go down 1-0 in the first game of the Ashes. I mean, you can't really ask for a worse start than that as a home side. LBW shout at the end of day 4. It was given not out. Probably the correct call. Australia do lead by 91 runs, but we are going to need a hell of a lot more than that, it must be said. I did get to where I wanted to get to. However, that is not going to help us. Hazlewood is gone. That does mean we do just have the 1 wicket left to go. He did a pretty good job, to be fair, Josh Hazlewood, batting there with Paddy Cummins, who is turning into an all-rounder, it must be said, at that number 8 position. He is on 42 at the moment, so he's definitely doing the job, and that is not going to help. Australia are going to be all out for 239 with a lead of just 113 runs, and the English have just over 2.5 sessions left to go in this game. We are going to need some big work done, it must be said, with that new ball. We are going to have to take early wickets. I don't think that we can contain them to such a low total, but that is definitely going to help as Alistair Cook is gone. Second ball of the innings. Thank you very much for that, son. And you'd have to say, going to have to get through, bowl out this English side if we are going to have any chance of winning this. There is no way that we can defend this total. It is England's game to lose, and you'd have to put money on them in this situation to win it. I don't think that they can choke from this position unless Nathan Lyon comes on and absolutely turns the game on its head, which we may need to bring him in sooner rather than later, just to give him, I guess, that opportunity to try and grab us some wickets. But it's looking as though it's going to be fairly comfortable here for England. They should get there, I would say, towards the back end of session number 2. And unless we can get a Nathan Lyon, a nice Gary, absolute masterclass here. The pitch is turning a little bit, probably not as much as I would have liked, but it just doesn't seem to be happening here for the Aussies. And the English, probably surprising. I mean, I wouldn't have picked it when I started off this series, when I did this the video before this. I did it ages ago. There is no way that I would have thought that the English would have beaten me this convincingly in the first game. So, I mean, the game isn't over yet, but it is basically over, if you know what I mean. Unless Nathan Lyon can continue on what he's doing here. He has got 2 wickets in the over. However, there is just this 50 runs that is required. So you'd have to say that they are going to get there quite comfortably in the end. Unless we can get Joe Root here, and then we can try and move on. I mean, Moeen Ali's in great form. Balance was good. Wokes was good. I mean, everyone in the tail did manage to go and grab themselves a victory. And it really is just that second innings all out for 239 that did really hurt us. It's going to be interesting as well heading into the next test match is just to how long Mitchell Starc is out injured for, because he is such a key player in this Australian lineup. And you saw it actually in the Ashes in the game that was played at the MCG. The Australians just looked like they were missing a trick in regards to the bowling front without Mitchell Starc there, especially on such a flat and dead pitch. You know, he is a guy who can get in there. He can make stuff happen out of nothing. So they did really need him. We'll bring back Paddy Cummins just to try and get something. But you'd have to say that this 114 required for England is going to be quite comprehensive, and they're going to get there rather easily, it must be said. I don't even think we're going to get a run out here, to be fair. He's in safe, which is not what we wanted. We wanted to get this win in this first Ashes game, and it is not looking as though it is going to happen. Moeen Ali just took the game away from us in that first innings for him. 186 not out, I believe. Which just absolutely, as I said, took the game away from us. Joe Root's going pretty good as well, 44, and that'll be good for his confidence as well. Moeen Ali's confidence will be sky high too. And the Aussies, they are going to be brought back down to earth, it must be said, in this game here. Lyon has actually gone and picked himself up a consolation wicket, so he does have 3, but all just a little too late for the Australians, as Joe Root is going to hit the winning runs 4 down the ground. That does give him 50, and it means the Australians win by 6 wickets with basically just under 2 sessions left to go in the game. So back to the drawing board for the Australians. Moeen Ali grabbing himself that 186, as I said, not out. Australia were definitely in the game with that, declaring it 403 for 7, but the second innings just really did really mess them up, and not being able to get rid of the tail of the English, who declared 529 for 9. So England grabbed themselves the first win of the Ashes. The Australians have it all to do to come back in this game here. We move on to Adelaide next for the next game. Be interesting, as I said, to see if Mitchell Starc is going to be playing, if he is going to be fit for that game, or if we will have to draft someone in shortly. Anyway, guys, do hope you've enjoyed this video. I know if you're an English fan, you would have. If you are, make sure to give this video a like, smash that thumbs up button. If you are new, please do subscribe. Thanks for watching, and until next time, ka kite anō, see you soon.